I would like to give notice of the following motion.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to
Given
speak to
that
motion.
Given that Justin Trudeau's Environment Minister has publicly stated, and I quote, our government has made the decision to stop investing in new road infrastructure, end quote. Trudeau's Environment Minister has also stated that funding new roads and highways is not needed because public transit and current road infrastructure is good enough. This is while Canadians in large urban centres like Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal spend hours in traffic each week, and rural Canadians do not have access to public transit. Canadians living in rural and remote areas also rely on new roads and highways to raise their families. Rural Canadians do not have the luxury of being able to walk to work or to the doctor's office. Rural Canadians cannot rely on a subway to get to nearest city because there are no subway stations in rural communities. Many municipal and provincial governments across Canada were rightfully outraged when Minister Guilbeault announced the Liberal government will stop funding new road infrastructure. Justin Trudeau's Environment Minister is also plowing ahead with his plan to ban all gas-powered passenger vehicles, preventing millions of Canadians from using a vehicle. Many Canadians, especially rural, northern, and Indigenous Canadians, are worried they won't be able to live or work because Minister Guilbeault's policies will directly deprive them of owning a vehicle. No material purchase provides Canadians with more freedom to live and work than the purchase of a personal vehicle, especially in a nation as large as Canada. The recent announcement from Minister Guilbeault to stop funding new roads and highways comes at a time when Justin Trudeau is deliberately increasing the price of fuel on Canadians. The Liberal government plans to increase their failed carbon tax on April 1st by 23%. The Environment Minister also stated earlier this month, and I quote, the government does not measure the annual amount of emissions that are directly...
Point of order, yes.
Mr. Chair, is this a speech or a motion? We have witnesses that I'm dying to ask questions
I understand.
Could we just have a motion, please?
Mr. Mazur has the floor, and he's giving notice of a motion, and so he can do that.
Thank you. So I'll start that again. The Environment Minister also stated earlier this month, and I quote, the government does not measure the annual amount of emissions that are directly reduced by federal carbon pricing, end quote. Canadians are sick and tired of this Liberal government's ideological crusade against vehicle ownership in Canada. And Canadians are also sick and tired of this government's constant undemocratic tactics of always shutting down debate on issues that they expect addressed. Therefore, the committee urges Minister Guilbeault to publicly testify before the committee for no less than 2 hours to explain his radical plan to stop funding roads and highways across Canada, and report to the House of Commons that Minister Guilbeault plan to stop funding new roads and ban gas-powered vehicles is not environment policy. It is government-imposed deprivation. Thank you.
So you've given notice, and we'll go now to Mr. Longfield.